The SEC, crazy finish in this one. Ole Miss on the bubble looking for a win against Georgia. Under 10 seconds left, Ole Miss down 3. David Huertas fouled on the three-point attempt. Made the first 2 free throws, knocks down the third, so we're tied at 84. 7 seconds left. Sundiata gains. Passes instead of shooting. Time expires. We go to overtime. After 2 Georgia free throws, Ole Miss down 3 under 10 seconds left. Chris Warren. Remember this? He's fouled on a three-point attempt. Ole Miss still alive. So after making the first 2 free throws, Warren knocks down his third. Good free throw shooting. 5 seconds remaining. Corey Butler finds Dave Bliss for the jumper off the glass. Georgia elated. Ole Miss disgusted. The Bulldogs a winner.
With severe weather still impacting Atlanta Saturday, it's Kentucky taking on Georgia. The SEC quarterfinal, Alexander Memorial Coliseum. First half, Joe Crawford for 3. And Kentucky's up 25-22 at the break. Early second half, Sundiata gains the thievery, and he knows how to finish. He's with 16 points. Fouled out late, though. Georgia down 1. Crawford, the steal. And he's on the way. Laying 2 of his 24 points. Wildcats within 2 moments later. Ramel Bradley, the triple try. Bradley's pops digging it. 7.7 seconds left in regulation. Kentucky basketball. Bradley driving, pulls up for the win. No! And we need overtime. In OT, 21.2 on the clock. Tied at 54. Derek Jasper. Corner 3. Perry Stevenson gets the board, kicks it back to Bradley, and the jumper rattles in. Check it out. The ball hung above the rim forever. 2 of his 12 points clutch, the bench digging it. Georgia, though, still with a chance with 8.8 on the clock. Off the inbounds from the opposite end. Zach Swansea. The ridiculous 3. Money. With 1.2 on the clock, Bulldogs up 57-56. Check it out again. He had 5 points all in overtime. Kentucky, though, still with another opportunity. The Wildcats inbounding from their end of the floor. Bradley knocked over by Georgia's Albert Jackson. Check it out, no call. Kentucky forced to take a timeout. Wildcats looking for a charge. Both referees there to make the call. No whistle. And, of course, Billy Gillespie is not a happy camper about this situation. Let's everybody know about it. Kentucky's Michael Porter inbounding for the second time. He throws it out of bounds. So it's Georgia basketball. Kentucky would send Georgia's Corey Butler to the line. He hit the first free throw to put the Bulldogs up 2. Gillespie seeming to be yelling something from the sideline. Butler's second free throw attempt goaltended by Stevenson. That's a technical basket. Good. Butler would hit 1 of 2 free throws, resulting in from the technical, and that put Georgia up 4. Now Gillespie making his case for a charge, shakes hands, still yelling at the referees as he leaves. Georgia wins a second straight overtime game in this tournament. Here's Coach Dennis Felton.
Well, you know, I take great exception to the decision to make a team play 2 games in a row in games that are so important. I think everybody understands that this tournament is our only chance to make it to the national tournament. And I can't help but feel that, you know, when that decision was made, they made it knowing they were basically eliminating our chances of winning the tournament, making us play 2 games within hours against a team that's only going to play 1 game.
We're going to find a way to, make this work. We haven't been given the best circumstances, so we're going to find a way. We're going to go back and get some rest, right now, and come back and try to do it again in a few hours.
Game 2 of Georgia's day-night doubleheader, taking on Mississippi State, who was playing when the tornado hit downtown Atlanta at 9:40 p.m. Friday night. Second half, Georgia down by 1. How would their energy be? Albert Jackson hits, and Georgia leads. 9 minutes to go. Up by 1. Barry Stewart, the 3, and now Mississippi State goes back up by 2. Sundiata Gaines drives and call for the offensive foul. He fouls out. He fouled out in both games on Saturday. 20 points as he's taken to the bench. Billy Humphrey. No. There's Jackson again, and Georgia leads by 1 with 3:23 to go. Under 2 to play. Georgia down again by 1. Wow, what a great move there by Humphrey, showing plenty of energy, and Georgia has a 1-point lead. 30 seconds to go. Georgia by 1. Stewart, the runner. No, the loose ball. Along the baseline, somehow doesn't go out of bounds. No foul called. Swansea comes up with it. Georgia had plenty of opportunities to really salt this one away, but couldn't hit the free throw there. 61-60, Georgia by 1. Down low, good defense. Georgia again looking to put it away. Charles Rhodes called for a technical, so 7.6 to go. The tee is made. Now the free throws to make it a 4-point game. This would do it, but no, another miss. Jamont Gordon, a 3 to tie. Pretty good luck, but it's way long. And Georgia, they sweep their day-night doubleheader, and they've made the SEC final.
We had nothing to lose, and we just came out here, gave our all. Our coaches definitely inspired us, and we just fought.
I just, tried to convince them that their bodies were capable of doing more than they've actually ever done for them in their young lives. To just lay it all out and give it all up, and we'll find a way.
I'm not really sure what motivation you need besides that automatic bid that lies at the end of the fourth game, and we haven't gotten there yet, and we still got some work to do tomorrow in order to do that, and hopefully we can get it done.
What a day for Georgia. They sweep their day-night doubleheader. By the way, the Braves haven't swept a doubleheader in Atlanta since July of '05. Georgia scores almost the same amount of points in both games, wins both games by 4 points each. The Bulldogs become the first 6 seeded to advance to the SEC title game since 1992.
Tail and Harry hoping to dance, and the folks at Georgia Tech have got to hate this because of that tornado at the Georgia Dome. They're playing on Georgia Tech's home court. It's supposed to be friends and family. Surprisingly, or not surprisingly, more friends and family from Georgia seem to get in. Terrence Woodbury stroking the 3. He had 16. Georgia's up 10. Up 13 even, stretching things out. Sunday out of games. These kids are too young to know they're tired, or maybe those young legs have got plenty of bounce. Games finished with 11, second half. Arkansas's Gary Urban rises up from 3, the lead being dwindled. Can Georgia hold on? How about Billy Humphrey here? You see, he's got a great view of the lane, and nobody checks him off the inbounds, and he drops the hammer for the dunk. Georgia up 7. Sonny Weems had 17. Little finger roll there. Arkansas within 3. Under 2 minutes to play. Dogs up 5, and what's that coming down the track?
Out to Humphrey for a 3. Yeah! Billy Humphrey high steps into the backcourt. 3, 2, 1. Dogs do the improbable, the unthinkable, the unbelievable. They beat Arkansas and go wire to wire to win the SEC tournament.
The next line to that song in Athens is "A mean machine in red and black. They were, and they will dance."
Can't hardly find the words to describe how happy I am for our players and how grateful I am to them for showing all the perseverance they've shown and see it culminate this weekend.
Everybody in the world doubted us, and we showed, and we progressed, and we really shocked the world today.
We knew we were dangerous if we all got playing on the same page on the same day, and we were able to string it together for 4 straight days.
People would get fatigued, I get fatigued, but I knew that, if I gave it my all, and stayed tough, we'd have a chance.
Georgia wins 4 straight for the first time this season. Before the run, the Dogs last won 3 straight from November to December. And if anything shows you just how remarkable this time of the year can be, from January 12th to March 12th, Georgia had 2 wins in 53 days. 4 wins in 4 days, including 2 in 1 day. What a story.